Well, for almost 40 years, Amanda Muggleton has graced the stage and screen, and it was her role as Chrissy Latham in the iconic Aussie soap Prisoner that made her a global superstar.
Well, you don't know what it's like, do you? Locked up night after night without a man. Oh. No! This is Laurie's another baby!
This award-winning leading lady has stood front and centre for countless theatre productions and musicals, and she's in the spotlight again, taking on the role of makeup tycoon Helena Rubinstein, who was quite the ballsy businesswoman.
You start tomorrow, 9 a.m. and wear some clothes, please, to work. My office is very cold. And if that thing gets any smaller, we'll have to send out a search party.
And Amanda Muggleton joins us live at the desk. Lovely to see you.
It's great to be here again. Yeah, it's really good.
It looks like a fun play, lip service. Tell us about your role.
Well, Helena Rubinstein, born, they think, in about 1872, but they don't know. They think she was almost 100 when she died, and was the originator, Australia's first ever millionairess. And people don't realise that she started her company in Australia. She was sent to Australia by her parents when the Second World War came out, and she lived in Coleraine. And she had salons in Melbourne, in St Kilda, and Collins Street, Elizabeth Street. We need to put up a plaque. You know how famous people get plaques written everywhere? They haven't got one for her, and she really is the originator of all the makeup that we now wear. You boys as well. Nowadays,
I didn't know that. I mean, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
She needs more recognition for starting that company in Australia.
And what happened was she started it, and then Elizabeth Arden cottoned onto it, and then Charles Revson, who of course is Revlon. And a man came in and said, "That's good money maker, I'll have that."
Yeah, sure. As we saw in that little snippet, Amanda, you have all the great lines, but Helena had some great lines as well. She once famously said, "There are no ugly women, there are only lazy ones."
Very good. And that's true. You know, you've got to put the work in to look anywhere decent nowadays.
How do you feel about makeup?
I am the makeup queen. I'm never without it. Well, in bed, I'm without it. No, but, you know, I think there is so much on offer. Do you get confused when you go into these shops? And
yes, it's a bit overwhelming. There's too much to choose from.
Totally overwhelming. There's so much choice, and you think, oh, would that work? And you get it home and you think, it's rubbish, it doesn't work. So, you know, but she started it also. Very clever woman.
You're such a chameleon as an actress, and we saw from a little snippet there, you have to play around with the vocals a little bit in this as well. How do you master the accent? Well,
we had an accent coach, and I've listened to a lot of Polish, Jewish people, but it's a great accent to do. I mean, let's see. I'll give you a little demo of the opening. She's talking about her ex-husband who has just died. Heart attack? No, he was murdered. Yes, I know the doctor said it was heart attack, but that slut he married so young she hasn't been born yet made him jiggy-jig every night. He must have hated every minute of it, because he always used to say to me, men aren't really interested in sex, we just do it so women can have children.
Well, if that's a snippet, I think we know what we're in store for.
She's a hell of a character. She's a joy to play, and John Misto has written a very clever play, because he is accurate with his research to such a degree. His facts, he gets every fact so right. And it's a joy to do, to say such brilliant words, and it's very funny. I mean, I think not a minute goes by without a laugh, including a death scene, which is one of the funniest death scenes I've ever seen or heard. And it's just marvellous to be given a vehicle that can make the audience laugh every minute, and then bang, he just rips your guts out with, you know, tears.
Sounds
If I get it
interesting.
right.
Now, can we talk about Prisoner, a cult classic? You were having a bit of a giggle when you looked at the clip
I
before.
can't believe they still show it. And, you know, that one of your wardrobe mistresses here just came up to me and she said, I've just watched the whole series with my dad. Wait till I tell him that I've met you here. And it's.
Do you reflect on how iconic it is now, well, not just here but worldwide, and I guess the change that it's set in television now?
Well, because of Wentworth, you know, having taken.
But even
exactly
Orange is
that.
the New Black. And
Orange
so many
is the New Black. It's. Who doesn't want to be a fly on the wall, though, with all things like that? Because how often do we go into a prison and see what really goes on? But all the documentaries now on all the channels.
The world's most dangerous women. And
Yes, I love it, though. Do you? I can't get enough. I can't get enough of all that.
But they were
stuff.
great times, obviously.
Oh, fun times, fun times. And I can't go to London, and if I go up to Glasgow and Newcastle, I can't move because they still
recognise you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. As old as I am now, 33 years ago.
And still fabulous.
It is, it is.
Oh, Amanda, thank you so much for joining us. I
It's
wish we had a
been
bit longer
joy.
to chat to you.
Me too,
Thank
darling.
you.
Amanda.
Bye-bye.
And for details about the play Lip Service starring Amanda Muggleton, just head across to the Daily Edition website.
it looks really